Asante, shukran za dhati zikufikie popote pale unazidi kufuatilia double updates mtazamaji wangu. Mimi na tumai weekend yako inaendelea vizuri kabisa. Niite Mr. WJ na kama kawaida hii hapa ni ulimwengu wa siasa. Hapa chini kwenye sehemu ya comments niachie location yako, yani niambie unanitazama kutoka sehemu gani. Kuna wale ambao wako hapa nyumbani mnaweza mkaniambia mnanitazama kutoka kaunti gani, lakini kwa ndugu zetu ambao wako nje ya nchi mnaweza mkatuambia mnatazama kutoka nchi gani, alafu kila kitu kitakaa sehemu ambapo inatakikana. Sikiliza, usiku wa kuamkia leo rais wa jamhuri wa taifa hili alitakiwa kusafiri Marekani. Namzungumzia William Samoei Ruto set to fly out to the US tonight masaa 18 iliyopita. Kwa hiyo nadhani alishaenda kwa sababu kuna hizo picha ambazo zinaonyesha bwana akisindikizwa na viongozi kwenye serikali yake. Nazungumzia serikali ya Kenya Kwanza. And hapa ndo kuna shida kidogo, hata kabla sijazungumzia safari yake itakavyokuwa au ilivyokuwa. Ni kuonyeshe tu hizi picha hapa. Kama unavyoona, I think wacha tuanze na hii hapa. Hii ni picha ambayo inamuonyesha namuona Kithure Kindiki. Kama sijakosea hapo katikati ni Kanja. Alafu kule ni PS Raymond Omolo, PS wa Interior huyo hapa. Na ikosekana of course ni deputy Rigathi Gachagua, na moja kwa moja to connect dots, mambo sio mazuri. And nadhani kwa bahati nzuri jana interview alifanya mahojiano by the way na runinga Citizen, namzungumzia Rigathi. And hapa alielezea kwamba ndio anajua William anasafiri lakini hajui muda gani. Kwa hiyo you can see hata airport wakati anapelekwa hakujua. Na nataka uone kitu ambacho kinaendelea. Rigathi alijua vizuri Ruto anasafiri, lakini hakutaka tena hata kuulizia muda gani, kwa sababu angetaka kujua muda angejua. Yaani angetaka angejua muda. But akapanga interview kwa sababu this is the time ambao alikuwa anasafiri William. So what happened ni alipanga shughuli yake, Ruto akawa amepanga shughuli yake. Na kwa sababu Ruto anataka kumwambia au anataka kuwasiliana naye, Ruto hakuwasiliana naye. So naye Ruto akafanya nini? Nadhani akawasiliana na hawa watu wengine. Though ndo kitu ambacho anasema yeye kwamba yeye hakuambiwa kwamba Ruto anasafiri muda gani. Anajua, which sijui kama aliambiwa Ruto anasafiri au yeye pia alipata tu taarifa kutoka kwa watu wengine kwamba Ruto anasafiri. But kulingana na yeye na namna ambavyo anaelezea, alijua Ruto anasafiri lakini sio kujua muda ambao anasafiri William. Kwa yeye aliendelea kupanga vitu vya kwake. Ndo hiyo akapanga interview, akafanywa mahojiano. But on the other side Ruto naye akapanga na watu wake. And you can see hapa kuna watu walimzindi. Unaona kabisa hapa kuna akina Kanja. Nilimuona hata Deputy IG Masengeli alikuwa pale na watu wengine. But before hata niendelee, nchi anapotoka rais anatakiwa kumwachia naibu, si ndio? But kama naibu anasema hajui chochote kuhusu rais kusafiri, then inamaanisha nchi wamemwachia mtu mwingine. And kwa kesi hii hapa most senior person ambaye namuona kwenye hii video, kwenye hii picha ni Kithure Kindiki. Kwa hiyo inaonekana tayari Kithure Kindiki ana play role ya unaibu wa rais. Ndio maana Rigathi Gachagua anakuwa nje. I think alinyoosha maelezo hapa vizuri kabisa Rigathi Gachagua kuhusu kutojua kama alikuwa anasafiri William Samoei muda gani. Kusafiri alikuwa anajua, but muda ndo shida mtazamaji wangu. Kwa hiyo fanya hivi, tazama hii hapa ndo tuendelee, kwa sababu ndege ya William Samoei haiendi Marekani direct, na sehemu inatakiwa kubranch, au sio? Tazama ndo tuendelee.
Now, we understand the president is leaving the country tonight. Are you aware?
I am told he is leaving the country, but I'm not aware of the time. So I've not been informed as of this evening.
Has he briefed you?
No, I have not talked to him today.
But he's leaving.
Well, he'll talk to me in his own time.
You're his senior most assistant, principal assistant.
Yes.
And you do not know?
As the time he's leaving, I'm not aware.
Did he tell you he's leaving?
I have not talked to him today.
You don't know? He has not officially, communicated to you
that he's leaving? No, he has not communicated to me officially.
For how long can you continue with this?
Well, as long as it depends on the boss.
Your family is devastated. You said your words. You feel you're being mistreated. You said.
Yes.
You think the president needs to call the people around him to
Yes,
order.
of course, absolutely.
Would you resign?
No, never. Why? I've been given a job by the people of Kenya. This job has its own hindrances and challenges. It's part of the job process. And when I took this job, I knew it's not easy. Only I didn't know it will be that soon. I thought probably we'll have a good time the first 5 years, and if there are challenges, maybe later. It's only that it has come sooner than we anticipated, and we had been given a commitment that this will not come. But now that it has come, we live with it.
Okay.
Aya, sawa. Ndo mambo yao sasa, sisi tutafanyaje bwana? Hatuwezi tukaingililia mambo mengine, si ndio? Kama wao waelewani sawa. Wao ndo wanajua ni wapi nyumba ilianza kuvuja. Aya, sasa President Ruto to make a stopover in Haiti on his way to the US. Kwa hiyo inamaanisha sio kusafiri tu direct, anatakiwa ku branch, si ndio? Au tutumie jina gani jamani? Anatakiwa ku stop Haiti kidogo. Of course pale kuna ndugu zetu ambao wanaendelea kupigana vita pale, and tujui kama wanaendelea vizuri au ndo vipi. So baya anaenda huko, ubaya wake ni hatuwezi tukajua ukweli, hatuwezi kumwamini. Of course atatuambia wanaendelea vizuri, lakini sasa shida ndio hiyo, hatujuagi kama anaongea ukweli ama ndo anaongea uongo. Kwa hiyo tunasubiri kama ataenda. Of course atatuletea taarifa kuhusu what's happening in Haiti, though tumekuwa tukifuatilia pia baadhi ya vitu ambavyo vinafanyika pale. So in short, tunaweza ukaona nchi sasa hivi as much as broad-based depot, huku kwingine mambo sio mazuri sana. Nilimsikiliza Rigathi jana akisema watu wa broad-based hawa. Kuna mtu alimwambia hawa broad-based wamekuja kumtoa kwenye hiyo nafasi yake, and I'm like, okay. Hivyo ndo unasema But I can tell you, ile interview ambayo alifanya Rigathi, trust me. Ile kuanzia kwenye rally mpaka anakuja kwenye hiyo interview. I want to tell you kwamba ndo chanzo sasa cha vita kikweli. Yeye ameanza sasa, unajua amemtaja kabisa William moja kwa moja, but William hajamtaja moja kwa moja. So tunasubiri kuona vita itakuwaje. Na ajue ile pale, ile ni kidonda ambao ameiwekea pilipili hiyo. Anatakiwa kujua. Rigathi anatakiwa kujua, na ndo ameianzisha sasa hiyo vita fresh. Of course amesema baadhi ya vitu ambavyo hafurahii. But kitu kimoja ambacho mimi na uhakika nacho ni kwamba vita sasa ndo umeanza fresh. Mara ameondolewa WhatsApp, mara sio amefanywa nini, mara ambiwi mambo ya sio nini. Sawa. Acha subiri tuone itakuwaje, but ndo vita umeanza. Baadhi ya vitu ambavyo alivizungumza pale, sio ameondolewa group, sio amefanywa nini, sio Ruto amekubali watu. Hiyo sasa ndo inamtia hasira kabisa William Samoei Ruto. So acha tusubiri tuone itakuwaje, mchezo ndo umeanza, ndo siasa unaanza kuchemka vizuri. Tupo mwaka wa pili au mwaka wa tatu, tunaelekea mwaka wa tatu, sawa. Acha tuone itakuwaje, mtazamaji wangu. Hebu niachie maoni yako hapo chini kwenye sehemu ya comments, lakini kikubwa zaidi subscribe ili uendelee kupata taarifa nyingi na mpya kila wakati. Bye bye.
But what I'll do, I'll talk to the president at the right time, and I'll see what is the problem.
Okay.
I don't think the president, in my view, will be petty to ask anybody to remove from the diary. I think it's just some handlers around the presidency who want just to create mischief, to portray me as somebody who is disrespectful, and to portray me as somebody who is absconding duty. I am a workaholic, and everybody knows, including the president. I'm available for duty. I'm available to assist the president 24/7.
Right.
But work needs to be made, straight, so that we are able to work properly, so that I align my diary with his, and I'm able to assist him as it is supposed to be.
All right. Who is the custodian of that diary?
There is a page with everybody there. There's head of public service. There's the president himself. There is a controller of state house. There's a deputy chief of staff. There was me. There was my chief of staff. There was my private secretary. There are security people. The people really who handle the president and myself were in that page. And we even share.
What do you mean with the page?
No, they are the ones who handle the president's issues, his movement, hospitality people, security people, on that page.
Yeah.
So that once his activities are known, everybody aligns automatically, and there has been a lot of efficiency because you have the information. so that you are able to plan, you are able to coordinate. If you are flying, you know you are going by chopper, you prepare. If you are going by road, you know. But when you don't have that information, then it becomes extremely difficult for my office to align with the president's office.
Help Kenyans understand. So this diary, is it a physical book?
It's a WhatsApp group. It's a WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group.
It's every day, you know, things now are good with this digital space. It's a WhatsApp group, and it's updated as you go on. And the president updates it sometimes himself, the controller does, and we all keep on aligning. So you know, sometimes he'll have a program, he'll move it from this day to that day. I get into my diary and change mine and align with his. You understand? So
your team is no longer in that WhatsApp
No, I myself, I was removed. My private secretary was removed. My chief of staff was removed. So we have no access to the president's diary.
Who removed you?
The private secretary to the president.
Who's that?
Yeah, he's called Mayo. I will show you. I was looking for my phone. I wanted to show you. He removed me. So once we are not there, then we don't know what's going on. So let nobody, let no Kenyan, and let those people in State House who are trying to say that I don't attend meetings, let them return me in the page so that I know what the president is doing, where he is going, what time, so that I'm able to align and give him support, as I've always been doing. But I cannot do it when I don't have access to that information.
Does the president know you're no longer in the WhatsApp group?
I don't know. I've not asked him.
You haven't?
No.
And it's been how long? You said a week?
I think it's about a week.
About a week?
About a week.
And you haven't spoken to him about it?
No, I've not spoken to him about it. To be truthful, initially I thought it's a little bit petty.
Okay.
But now that the matter has been raised, and I have seen Kenyans have been asking, and I have seen some mischievous bloggers in State House trying to insinuate that I'm absconding duty, I have decided to give this information to the people of Kenya in the spirit of the truthful man, a man who speaks the truth, so that the people of Kenya know exactly why I'm not in those functions. I think I owe Kenyans the truth. Because again, as I told you, Sam, I'm employed by the people of Kenya. They need to know why is the deputy president whom they elected not alongside the president in the functions. I think we owe that information to the people of Kenya.
And do you know why you would be removed?
I don't know. But I have told you, there are mischievous people around the president.
Why are they mischievous against you, deputy president?
Well, I don't know. How do you explain mischief? People have many motives. People have many motives. They are mischievous people trying to create a wedge between me and the president. And it's been going on for a while. And I take it in stride myself, because I'm also an elder, and I'm also an officer, you know, who is well trained. I was trained in paramilitary. I have tremendous capacity for perseverance and endurance. I'm able to take a lot of flack, just quiet, and taking it in good tiding, because I am quite mature in my leadership, in my approach to life. And many, many petty things, I have ignored them, because I sometimes I don't want to become petty. So there are many characters around there. You know, you remember, Sam, when the king was here in State House, the king,
King Charles
the third. I think the president had sent me, I think, to Berlin or to Brussels, I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly to which country. And so when the king was in State House, I was missing. Okay? A blogger who works for the president created a Photoshop. And I know you can remember. Just for mischief and to demean me. Created a Photoshop that, you know, the king is here, working with the president. Then there was a window there. And Rigathi Gachagua had been locked in that window. And he actually circulated on his blog until Kenyans complained, and he brought it down, just to demean the deputy president. And these are people who work for the president. And you wonder why. How come you work for the president? You want to demean his deputy. And I told them, I raised it with them, the head of communication. I said, you think you are demeaning the deputy president? You are not. You are demeaning the president. If there is a perception that the president has locked his deputy in a room somewhere so that the king does not see him, who looks bad in this situation? It's the president who looks bad. So there are many people around the president who are very petty, who are full of mischief and who are hell-bent on creating conflict within the presidency. I would like to ask the people who work for the president to be honorable and decent people. Let the deputy president have access to the president's diary, unless the president himself has expressly given instructions that he doesn't want his deputy to have access to his diary. If that is the case, I'll accept it.
Is it a possibility?
I don't think it's a possibility.
Okay.
I don't think President William Ruto would go that down. But if then I am not reinstated, now that I have brought it in the public and the president will know about it.
Yes.
If I'm not reinstated, then it follows. It is clear. And then the instructions
that says a lot about your relationship with the president. You just said that because you've raised it in the public, now the president will know about it. What happened to the two of you?
I don't
you
know.
were very happy on the day of inauguration. In the weeks before the election, you were very happy moving around the country.
Know. Looking at it, I am not a mystical person. I'm a Christian and a very true believer. But I think it looks like there is a jinx around this office of the deputy president. And President William Ruto had a very rough time with the President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Right.
But luckily for him, he had 5 years to work and work very well without any disturbance. President William Ruto gave a promise, a commitment to the people of Kenya. When he was complaining the way he was persecuted, he was mistreated, he was demeaned, he was harassed, he gave a commitment to the people of Kenya that under his watch, if they elect him as president, his deputy will never be demeaned, his deputy will never be harassed, his deputy will never be persecuted, his deputy will never be disrespected, and his deputy will be facilitated to work and work well. For the first year, that happened, and I'm grateful to him because he did not allow anybody to disrespect me. He did not allow anybody to interfere with my work. But the second year, I must tell you, that is happening. You know, cabinet ministers have been abusing the deputy president. Just the way it was happening during the time of Uhuru Kenyatta. You remember Tobiko called President William Ruto a clerk. Matiang'i wrote him a message that called him an idiot. And people disrespected him. People were intimidated. People were harassed. And President William Ruto made a commitment to the people of Kenya that if he is elected president, it will never happen that his deputy will be disrespected. Today, the deputy president is abused by people hugging on his car, and the president is quiet. Cabinet ministers have been abusing the deputy president. The president is quiet. The president has given many promises to the people of Kenya. Some of them he has not been able to fulfill them because of the difficult economic situations that we are in, and it's understandable. But there's one promise he gave to the people of Kenya that requires no finance. It requires nothing. It requires him to be a gentleman and keep that promise. The promise he gave the people of Kenya, that under his presidency, his deputy will not be abused, his deputy will not be disrespected, his deputy will not be intimidated, his deputy will not be persecuted, his deputy will not be harassed. That, I think, the president, my boss, owes that to the people of Kenya to honor that promise so that Kenyans can trust him and he can win the trust of the people of Kenya, because this is something within his purview. He requires no funding, he requires no financing, he requires no urging. It's a commitment he gave. And he also gave it to me,
right,
with my wife and my children. When he asked me to be his running mate, I sat with him and my wife and my children, and we asked him, we have seen what you have gone through. If our father becomes your deputy, will he be taken through what you are taken through? And he gave us as a family a very firm commitment that that will never happen. I'm asking President William Ruto, my boss, please keep your promise to the people of Kenya. Stop those people who are abusing your deputy. Stop those ministers who are demeaning your deputy. Don't allow the criminal justice system to harass and intimidate your deputy the way you are intimidated. If you cannot keep the other promises to the people of Kenya, at least this one is a very simple promise. Be a good man. Be a good Christian. Keep that promise, President William Ruto, because that is a commitment you give to the people of Kenya, And you gave me that promise in front of my wife and children that you will never allow anybody to demean me, to disrespect me, to harass me, to persecute me, to intimidate me, to coerce me. That is a commitment that you gave. I ask you, Mr. President, keep that commitment.
Are you frustrated?
I'm not. I am, let me tell you, son, you don't know me. Many people don't understand Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua is a seasoned leader who has seen many ups and downs. I underwent hell